group of passengers have been taken aside for questioning and bag inspections.
We've got 4 young passengers coming in today. 3 of them are Canadian passports and 1 of them has a Dutch passport, all travelling from Canada.
I need you girls to come around this way and your bags.
They have come to the officers' attention due to a few very unusual details that were noticed when they passed through the primary line to get their visas and passports checked.
One of the first things I noticed, they're here for 10 days, but each passenger has got 2 huge suitcases. That straight away is a little bit unusual. They're only 10 days, why do you need that much luggage?
The 4 young travellers are now being questioned at separate benches, so officers can cross-check their stories.
Okay, just need to ask you a quick couple of questions in regards to your card and your baggage.
The passengers are telling us that they're friends, but when you really get down to questioning them, they don't really know each other that well. There's some sort of distant links. They know of someone, they met someone 3 months ago. So that sounds a little bit unusual.
So you're saying that you met her 6 months, you planned this 6 months ago?
Well, we had talked about it 6 months ago.
And you just met your friend 6 months ago?
Yeah, because Tyrell asked her to go.
Normally people get a little bit nervous and she's quite talkative, telling us how much she loves Australia, why she wants to come out here, but can't give us too much detail about what she's going to do here.
And your parents, how do they feel about you coming out?
They didn't want me missing school, but I'm only taking 2 classes, so it's not like really that big of a deal. But they were excited for me because this is like a trip of a lifetime.
And you're planning on doing some homework here?
Oh yeah.
A swab is now taken to test for traces of any illicit substances.
Have you been in contact with anything recently?
No.
Do you use any recreational drugs?
No.
You don't?
The test is negative, but a shocking development has occurred when a bag belonging to one of the male travellers is X-rayed and indicates that there could be a massive concealment. This family, returning from Vietnam, claim their boxes are filled with baby clothes. But an X-ray image of the contents has biosecurity officers concerned over what's actually inside.
We've got a lot of boxes, and so far 3 of the boxes have come through full of material that we really need to have a better look at. I don't know what's in them. Very dense around here. It could be anything, so I just want to take a closer look. Okay, hi. Just want to check.
Yes.
Did you read the questions on this card?
Yes. Yes. Because the Vietnamese language. Yes.
Because it's in Vietnamese.
The passengers confirm that they have read the cards and that they have nothing to declare. So officers will now further examine their luggage.
We'll have a look. Okay, what's this one?
Rim.
Shrimp?
Rim.
Shrimp?
Rim.
I asked you before what was in your bags,
Because
and you told me clothes for your new baby.
Shrimp or prawns can contain bacteria like deadly salmonella and E. coli, which pose a threat to human health, and importation is strictly controlled.
Okay, this not dry. This not dry shrimp. Is it cooked?
It's cooked already.
Cooked, but not dry. This one not permitted. Shrimp need to be dry. If they're cooked, we need to have a manufacturer's declaration stating, you know, how long they've been cooked. Make sure there's no meat, or the meat's coagulated and there's no risk to Australia.
And the soggy shrimp is not the only undeclared item that could contain dangerous pests and diseases.
This one too fresh. If it was discarded in any of our rural areas, it could pose a big risk to farming industry. Yeah, that's just definitely fresh.
And it doesn't end there. Officers now find one of the biggest threats to our biosecurity hidden amongst the baby clothing.
Oh!
This Filipino man has just arrived in Adelaide and says his trip is for tourism, but officers suspect otherwise.
Can you tell me what your plans are for your travel to Australia?
Just come for my holiday, visiting friends.
He claims that one of those friends is waiting for him in the arrivals hall, but he's having trouble remembering some very basic details.
Yes.
What's your friend's name that's picking you up?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo?
Something.
Australian Border Force officers have established that on a previous trip to Australia, the man extended his holiday to a period of 12 months.
So in 12 months, last time, you spent a week in Cairns, 2 weeks in Adelaide. What else did you do in 12 months?
Just relax with my friends.
Okay. Did you do any work in Australia?
No.
Working whilst on a tourist visa is a breach of conditions, and despite claiming that he didn't work, officers have now found paperwork in his bag that suggests he did.
He says, this is to certify that Alex is an employee and presently holding regular appointment since October of
Work certificate is dated from his last trip and has been signed by the same friend that is waiting for him today. Using an interpreter, Officer Amanda now asks the passenger to explain.
Ginawa lang ito.
He just made me that certificate, but I did not work.
Yes.
So why would his friend do a certificate of employment if he didn't work there?
Why I should work?
That's what I'm trying to work out.
Australian Border Force are becoming increasingly suspicious about a group of young travellers.
It's a little bit unusual. They've travelled to Thailand for 10 days, but then they've gone via China to come to Melbourne for a holiday. When we spoke to them, they didn't really say what they're going to do, so we're going to have a closer look at them.
Okay, so you're here for a week and then you're going to Sydney?
Yeah,
How are you getting to Sydney?
we're flying.
So whereabouts did you guys stay in Thailand?
We stayed at the Majestic Grand Hotel.
Do you know anyone in Thailand? Did you meet up with anyone?
No.
It's hard to tell if the story is legitimate, but an X-ray of one of the men's bags may give the answer officers are looking for.
So we just ran Dave's passenger's bag through the X-ray. It looks like we might have something here because all the orange sort of matter here. Orange means organic material. It's a bit unusual that all this organic material is in the bottom of this suitcase.
A quick inspection under the lining is another strong indication of a concealment.
You can see just with the bag, this has kind of been put in and just like manufactured tape over the top of it just to hold it together.
Because the indicators are so strong that there is a concealment in the bag, Officer Craig has another concern.
All 4 passengers are presented with similar shaped large suitcases. They've come on the same ticketing. I'm concerned that they're all carrying narcotics today, so I want the guys to go and issue them a caution and make sure all the passengers understand their rights.
You may communicate with or attempt to communicate with a legal practitioner. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you wish to do so?
No.
The bag is taken to the tool room and the base will now be drilled. What's discovered may be just the beginning of this major investigation. Australian Border Force officers have found a work certificate in this man's name.
Why I should work?
That's what I'm trying to work out.
But he's still trying to deny that he breached his visa conditions on his last visit.
There's pay slips and a letter. So I don't understand why he would issue you this if you didn't work there.
Pinakita niya lang sa akin ng documents.
He just showed me what the payslip is like and what the certificate of employment is like, but I did not work with him.
Yes.
The documents are signed by the man's friend, who is currently outside waiting for him. So Officer Amanda now checks with him directly.
He said that you worked for him last time you were here in Australia, in this massage parlour. And you're telling me you didn't work. So I need you to explain that.
Just for the experience only, I go to his clinic and doing just for fun, massage like that.
But there's pay slips and a letter. This is yours. I found it in your folder.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
I don't understand.
Concerned that the man is lying about his work, Officer Amanda now checks if he will tell the truth about how he knows his Australian contact.
I saw this man in the mosque.
So this person here you met at the mosque? Okay. There's a little bit of difference again because he tells me he's your cousin.
Yes.
Before you sounded like you didn't know him. You said you met him at the mosque.
It's difficult to put the facts together as the man keeps changing his story, but it's becoming clear that he's lying and his waiting friend is actually his employer.
I'm very confused about your friendship or your relationship with this person.
I asked you before what was in your bags, and you told me clothes for your new baby.
In Sydney, this family has been caught with a haul of undeclared items in their luggage, but now it gets even worse.
Oh, this not permitted. No, I've got bird's nest.
Bird's nest is a rare Asian delicacy which sells for thousands of dollars per kilo, but also presents a high risk of carrying disease such as avian influenza.
Bird's nest is a restricted item. They cannot have it. It's regurgitated from a bird. It's, you don't know what the risk is in there.
And what is even more concerning to officers is the method of concealment.
The bird's nest has been repackaged in a packet that shows that it's rice inside. Makes me think they were trying to hide this item. Definitely not allowed, very high risk item.
The family is not happy about losing their delicacies.
I wouldn't be arguing. First of all, you didn't declare it on the card, okay?
But their failure to declare the prawns and bird's nest means they may now be facing a substantial fine.
You may communicate with or attempt to communicate with a legal practitioner. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you wish to do so?
No.
In Melbourne, these travellers have all been read their rights as Border Force are confident they have found a concealment inside one of the bags.
On top of it? Yeah.
Okay, I need to test.
Okay.
Okay.
The bag's shell has been drilled and a white powder has been extracted. This will be swab tested to give an early indication of what type of substance it is.
Has come up positive for heroin, LSD and opium.
Between the group, they have 8 bags, but this could be just a ploy to hide one loaded bag amongst them all, as it seems far too brazen for anyone to bring in so many large suitcases with concealments. But the bags will all be checked to make sure. And the X-ray shows up virtually a mirror image to the previous bag, which has returned a positive result for heroin.
It's just very similar to the other. This is a really straight square. It looks pretty positive.
Now, with yet another bag showing the same image, it means that so far, 3 of the 4 people look to have attempted to smuggle something across the border. But with another 5 bags between the whole group still to be checked, Officer Craig has a very bad feeling.
It's possible now we're looking at multiple concealments here.
This family may be facing a large fine after numerous undeclared food items were found in their luggage, including rare bird's nest deviously concealed as rice.
I wouldn't be arguing. First of all, you didn't declare it on the card, okay? That's what I'm telling you. So today here, you'll be paying $360. You see here? You had 3 chances. 1, 2, 3. Yes. At least one card should have had a yes on it for food. If you are not sure, you say yes. So today, $360 fine.
They've now been given a fine, but the woman still wants to keep her raw prawns.
Can you just leave the products there? Okay, so we go to the desk there to pay the money.
It's an expensive lesson, as the family must now pay the fine, and the high-risk goods will be destroyed. In Adelaide, Officers have found evidence indicating that this male masseuse may have breached his visa conditions by working during a previous trip to Australia. Officer Amanda now wants to know how he will support himself on this visit.
How much money do you have available while you're in Australia?
Mayroon akong $300.
I have $300.
Yes.
Okay, but $300 doesn't appear to be sufficient money to support yourself for 3 months. Who will you be staying with?
With a friend who invited me here.
Okay, what was your friend's name?
Donald.
Donald? Can you explain your friendship with Donald? What?
He promised to me he is the one responsible for everything.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Sometimes I get daily expenses from him. Yeah.
Why does Donald give you daily money?
No, for my expenses, for my... Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Officers will now phone Donald to check if he's prepared to offer financial support. And if he isn't, this passenger might be returning home sooner than he planned.
Yeah, it's loaded, mate, the whole thing.
Yeah.
4 young travellers are having their luggage inspected by ABF officers. And now a 4th bag containing a concealment is identified on the X-ray. This confirms that every one of them is involved in this attempted smuggling operation.
They've all got 2 each and everyone looks the same like this. It's like a normal base of a suitcase, but it's thick. And if you look closer, it's like they put a mould down and then put a felt lining around the outside to make it look normal. But
The bags are heavy and these are thick.
it's going to be a big concealment.
A bag from each person is drilled, and the white powder which is extracted is examined using a narcotic test kit.
And it's gone from a green to a dark blue, which would indicate that presumptively the substance in the suitcase would appear to be heroin.
Despite the large concealments found in their baggage, all of the young passengers are managing to remain very calm given the circumstances.
She's pretending like she doesn't know what's going on. It appears that she's trying to be, I don't know what's happened, I don't know why we're here, I don't know what's going on.
While the bags continue to be inspected, an eagle-eyed officer has noticed a small clue.
See the number?
Oh, okay.
It's probably like a 2.
Yep.
We discovered that bags appear to be numbered. It may indicate that there may be a series or a number of bags associated with this possible importation.
And it leads to the sudden realisation that there could be a major problem.
If all these bags are from the one syndicate, have we got them all? If I got number 10 and I've only got 8 bags here, am I missing a couple of bags somewhere?
This man claims he's financially dependent on a friend for his 3-month stay. But his friend has just told officers he's only prepared for a much shorter period.
He said he will support you for 1 month, but you have a ticket for 3 months. How will you support yourself on $300?
Having worked unlawfully in Australia previously and with no means to support himself this time, it's highly likely that he'll once again breach his visa conditions. Officer Amanda now has all the evidence she needs.
So I have decided to cancel your visa today. Okay? As your visa has been cancelled, you will be refused immigration clearance and you will be detained and removed from Australia as an unlawful non-citizen under Section 189 of the Migration Act 1958.
Australian Border Force is racing to establish that they have all the bags which have been numbered, possibly by the drug syndicate.
Because if we're missing numbers, we could be missing bags.
Yeah, alright, cool.
And they need to make sure that there are no other people involved in this massive attempt to smuggle heroin across the border.
Do you take this as a 7?
Yeah, 7, say 7.
Should be 8, yeah? 2 each pack, 4 packs.
There is also the enormous task to drill and test every bag, plus meticulously document all the details of this huge crime. This will help with the pending criminal prosecution and also assist any further investigation into who the ringleader is and possibly link the group to a bigger international crime syndicate.
I think all 4 passengers have got 2 bags each, and all appears to have, we're thinking, similar concealment, so it's going to be a large amount.
It is now confirmed that the bag numbers are all sequential from 1 to 8, and they have all been drilled and tested.
All the presumptive tests have indicated that there is heroin concealed within the base of all the suitcases.
The Australian Federal Police are called, and the passengers are escorted to interview rooms where statements will be made.
Just following this officer, please.
Every bag is confirmed to contain heroin. So the AFP now takes all 4 into custody for further questioning and to finalise the matter.